Rapper Namewee was released on police bail today. The Attorney General said that so far there is no evidence that shows he was involved in causing the influencer's death. Meanwhile, a DAP lawmaker has responded to Albert Tay over his claim that DAP was silent on the Sabah mining scandal issue. Stay tuned for this and more on Kini News. Namewee was released on a 13-day police bail at around 3:50 p.m. The rapper had been detained to assist with investigations into the death of a Taiwanese influencer.
Controversial rapper Wee Ming-chi, better known as Namewee, was released on police bail today. Namewee was seen leaving the Dangwangi District Police Headquarters with his lawyer at around 3:50 p.m. Meanwhile, in a statement this afternoon, Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Fadil Marsus said the musician will be on bail for 13 days. This followed the referral of the investigation papers to the Office of the Deputy Public Prosecutor. He said Namewee will be released on police bail from today until November 26, pending receipt of the deceased post-mortem report. Fadil added that the investigation papers will be referred back to the Office of the Kuala Lumpur DPP once the post-mortem report has been obtained. Namewee is a key figure in assisting the investigation into the death of Taiwanese influencer Xie Yuxin, as he was reportedly the last person seen with her.
Previously, the Attorney General had said that there are no leads in the police investigation paper that could connect the rapper to the influencer's death.
Yesterday, Attorney General Dusuki Mokhtar had said that as of now, there are no leads in the police investigation paper that could connect Namewee to the death of the Taiwanese influencer. He told Malaysia Kini that so far, there is no evidence that shows the suspect was involved in causing the influencer's death. However, he added that if there are any new findings, the AGC will take appropriate action. Earlier, Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Fadil Marsus said the case's investigation paper had been referred to the AGC. Police are also awaiting the full post-mortem report and toxicology analysis to determine the exact cause of the 33-year-old's death. Namewee is a key person in assisting the investigation, as he was reportedly the last person seen with the influencer before she was found dead in the bathtub of a Kuala Lumpur hotel room on October 22nd. The rapper surrendered himself to the police on November 5th and was put under remand, which ends today.
Several individuals were arrested today as the Kg Papan demolition works entered their fourth day.
Jangan.
10 more people have been detained for allegedly obstructing demolition works at Kg Papan in Pandamaran Klang. The group comprises PSM and Mandiri activists as well as local residents. The arrests reportedly took place after a heated exchange between the individuals and the police. They are being investigated under Section 186 of the Penal Code for allegedly obstructing public servants from performing their duties. Today marks the fourth day of demolition works in Kg Papan. Yesterday, police arrested PSM Deputy Chairperson S. Aruchelvan, activist M. Mifriya, and a resident representative M. Loguswaran. Lawyers told reporters outside the Klang court this morning that the trio had been remanded for 1 day and were expected to be released today. The demolition works in the area, which began on Monday, are expected to continue until tomorrow. Out of 83 homes, residents from 44 houses have obtained an interim injunction to halt the demolition. The court will decide on the matter on December 8. Previously, it was reported that the demolition would only target vacant houses and business premises. However, as of today, the developer has reportedly demolished 15 occupied homes without providing any compensation or temporary housing to affected residents.
From now on, you can also listen to Kini News on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
Lim Lip Ng has reminded businessperson Albert Tay that he was the first politician to support him when the Sabah mining scandal was first exposed.
DAP lawmaker Lim Lik Eng has reminded businessperson Albert Tay that he was the first politician to publicly support him when he came forward as a whistleblower. Lim made the remarks in response to Tay's claim that DAP had remained silent on the Sabah mining scandal, while praising PAS and Persatu for their support. In a statement, Lim recalled that he had pledged to present the evidence and reveal the names of those involved in Parliament when Tay anonymously first exposed the scandal through Malaysia Kini last November. He added that a news editor had even arranged a meeting between Tay and him, but the meeting never took place. He also asked why Tay had refused to cooperate with him at the time. Lim said that if Tay had provided the information and evidence last November, he certainly would have brought the matter to Parliament for disclosure and demanded government action. He added that it is very likely Tay would not have been charged in court had he channeled the information through the proper channels as offered. He also pointed out that when the issue first surfaced, PAS and Bersatu remained silent, only stepping into the fray later as political actors when they saw an opportunity to exploit it. Lim stressed that DAP's consistent stance against corruption needs no defending, saying the party does not wait for an issue to become politically convenient before demonstrating its commitment.
A BN insider has claimed that several BN leaders have asked MIC not to make any major announcements this month. This is reportedly in relation to the party's pending decision on whether to leave the coalition.
Barisan national leaders have reportedly asked MIC to delay any decision about quitting the coalition until after the Sabah election on November 29th. A BN insider told Malaysia Kini that leaders from both BN and Pakatan Harapan are worried that MIC's move to leave BN could affect their performance in the state polls. The source said several senior BN figures urged MIC to avoid making any major announcements this month, fearing it would signal disunity inside the unity government. MIC had been expected to announce its decision after its General Assembly on November 16th. This was following the party's growing dissatisfaction stems from its position in national politics, particularly after UMNO, under Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's leadership, formed an alliance with Harapan. Among MIC's main concerns were seat allocations for the general election. Under the BN and Harapan seat-sharing formula, MCA and MIC are expected to contest only a small number of seats in the next polls, as MCA holds just 2 parliamentary seats, while MIC has 1. In recent years, MIC divisions in several states, including Kedah, Penang, and the Federal Territories, have already approved motions to leave BN. However, MIC Deputy President M. Sarawanan stressed that the decision isn't up to the top leaders alone, it must be decided by delegates at the General Assembly. The insider also told Malaysia Kini that MIC hasn't made a final decision yet, and they were told that the party is waiting for a meeting with Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Malaysia Kini has contacted the MIC leadership for comment.
Sabah PKR has objected to GRS decision to contest seats that were allocated to UPCO. Its chief said that further discussions on the matter is needed before nominations for the Sabah polls.
After UPCO announced it was leaving Pakatan Harapan, attention quickly turned to its 5 allocated seats and whether others in the coalition would claim them. Sabah PKR Chief Mustafa Sakmud did not respond to initial inquiries from Malaysia Kini on Tuesday, the day after UPCO announced its departure. However, his comments yesterday may have hinted at where his party stands. Speaking to FMT, Mustafa objected to Gabungan Rakyat Sabah, or GRS, announcing candidates in Kadamayan and Moyok. He reportedly said that the seats were originally allocated to UPCO and that GRS should have consulted Sabah Harapan before making a decision. Mustafa also took issue with BN naming a candidate in Karamunting, where PKR had already announced George Hugh, a GRS defector and the current incumbent, as its candidate. He said this should have been discussed beforehand, and what PKR had announced followed negotiations with both BN and GRS. He added that further talks with BN and GRS are needed before nominations this Saturday, and said that they hope a resolution can be reached. He said otherwise there will be implications. Sabah DAP, on the other hand, was more reserved on whether Harapan parties would take over UPCO seats. Its chief, Fong Jinche, told Malaysia Kini that they have announced their candidates and it is finalized. He also wished the best to UPCO. Meanwhile, Amanah, which is also looking for more seats to contest, may also want to claim UPCO seats. The party's election director, Sani Hamzan, did not respond for comment when contacted.
And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Zarifa. Thanks for watching.